They sick of this unapologetically Angel podcast. Now, the numbers from the podcast shows that fans are sick of it. Once again, I can't make this up. I'm showing y'all right now. She might need to get Castanet to come on to say that.
I was genuinely shocked when I saw the view count on Angel Reese's latest podcast episodes. Some of them are struggling to hit even 70 views, a surprising decline for someone who was once a major figure in women's sports. One episode featuring Jada Cheeves and Des Dior barely managed to gather 66 views. That's not a typo. Even more surprising was the shift in content, from sports discussions to an entire hour focused on lifestyle topics. Angel's core basketball audience was left puzzled, wondering if they had accidentally tuned into the wrong show.
Angel Reese's latest podcast decision has left her listeners disappointed, primarily due to her choice of guest. Yeah, I think a lot of people were like, who cares about these people?
What began as a noticeable drop in viewership quickly spiraled into a full-blown crisis when Reese responded to criticism by harshly dismissing her audience. Her reaction wasn't just out of touch. It intensified an already tense situation. Fans who were initially disappointed with the change in content now began to question her attitude and professionalism. The issue had grown beyond content. It became a matter of trust. As a result, comparisons to Caitlin Clark's composed and highly successful off-season began surfacing, highlighting an even more striking contrast.
From hosting fellow athletes like Dejanay Carrington, Skylar Diggins-Smith, and basketball legend Lisa Leslie, to musicians like Sexy Red, Glorilla, and more, the Sky Forward received positive feedback from listeners and viewers. However, the most recent episode received mixed reviews.
Angel's decision to feature Jada Chai and Des Dior, personalities better known for their social media presence and celebrity buzz than any connection to sports, marked a sharp departure from what her audience had come to appreciate. The show initially gained traction through meaningful basketball discussions and insightful conversations with fellow athletes. However, this episode felt more like a reality TV segment, filled with lengthy discussions on lifestyle preferences and completely devoid of basketball talk. Fans tuning in for hoops content were instead met with a surprising focus on high-end dating expectations.
Reese's podcast featured reality stars Jada Cheeves and Des Doria? I don't know. I don't even care. Who discussed their experiences on Season 1 of BET's The Impact Atlanta, as well as their candid views on online criticism, dating,
and it wasn't just underwhelming. It felt like a complete misdirection. This wasn't the gritty, determined Angel Reese fans had admired since her LSU days. This was a version seemingly more focused on chasing popularity than building a meaningful platform. The response was swift and honest. One follower commented, "I feel like she's forgetting why we started supporting her." Another added, "This isn't it. I came for basketball, not reality TV." The disappointment was clear, and many fans didn't hesitate to step away.
Quote, issue regarding relationships. As for Reese, she mentioned men's insecurities when it comes to women earning a higher income than their partners. Is that still a thing? That still bothers people? Okay. Quote, a lot of men don't also like women. My God, the grammar. What the bleep? A lot of men don't also like women that got their own. My God, folks. You read quotes from her, your IQ points just melt away.
This podcast misstep cast a harsh light on just how out of touch Reese had become with her core audience. She seemed to assume that fans would embrace the sudden shift in direction, but they didn't. What they saw instead was an athlete who appeared more invested in influencer culture than in the game that built her platform. The sense of disappointment was undeniable. For many, it felt like they were witnessing one of their favorites drift away from the sport that first earned their respect.
Following the interview, fans expressed their dismay over the responses they gave about money in relationships, feeling it overshadowed other important topics. Quote, they said a lot of nothing. The responses are dumb.
The numbers paint a harsh picture. This was a podcast that once thrived under the backing of Shaquille O'Neal's prominent podcast network. boasting high production value, A-list guests, and impressive reach. Now, it's struggling to pull in more than 70 views on some episodes. Even worse, this isn't just a one-time dip, it's a troubling pattern. The excitement and buzz that once surrounded Angel's podcast have been replaced by a deafening silence and a wave of unsubscribes.
Another person added, quote, "This is like the one podcast where 3 kids judge food they haven't eaten, laugh out loud." The same goes for a commenter who said, "Losing brain cells listening to this podcast." I just said IQ points were literally melting away from my brain pan as we speak.
In an era dominated by viral moments and fleeting attention, losing relevance is one thing. But watching your most loyal fans, the die-hard basketball supporters who once celebrated your every move, completely tune out is something else entirely. The same people who once rallied behind Angel were now filling her comment section with questions like, "What happened to the player we looked up to?"
Angel, all these women out here doing phenomenal things, but you choose rappers' girlfriends to interview just really throws me. That's a hell of a good comment.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark continues to rise, effortlessly posting clips that rack up millions of views and filling arenas wherever she plays. The contrast is striking and hard to ignore. Angel was supposed to be on that same path, a trailblazer for women's basketball, a symbol of its new wave. Instead, she finds herself explaining why her audience has all but disappeared. The decline wasn't abrupt. It was a gradual loss of trust, culminating in a tone-deaf episode that will likely be used as a cautionary tale on how not to shift your brand. Once fans feel overlooked, it doesn't take long for them to move on, and for Angel Reese, the silence is deafening.
We have to pull up her podcast, man, because y'all might think I'm lying. I am not lying. This is not clickbait at all, guys. So as we pull up the Unapologetically Angel podcast, I mean, hell, she just released the episode 10 minutes ago. It got 66 views. This one right here got 781.
Angel Reese's podcast has officially hit rock bottom. Astonishingly, her show couldn't even reach 5,000 views in an entire week. Yes, you read that right. We're talking about a prominent WNBA star with massive media exposure, lucrative brand partnerships, and a loyal fan base built from her college career. And yet, her audience couldn't be bothered to tune in. This isn't just a temporary dip, it's a full-on collapse.
People ain't feeling them, bruh. I mean, damn. I mean, Angel Reese haven't got over 5,000 views in over a week, though. And it seemed like everything went downhill after this interview, bruh. I can't even lie. But it's looking like it's been going downhill since before this damn interview. I can't even lie to you. It's looking like Kennedy Carter might be, DJ Carrington might be her biggest, if you're going in terms of breaking it up, but damn, dog. It ain't looking good for Angel, bruh. Now, I just wanted to show y'all the numbers to show y'all I wasn't clickbaiting or picking up.
She's had a lot of like rappers and these what I call D-list celebrities, which is the reality TV show. That's a D-list celebrity. They're not an actual celebrity, really and truly. It's not like they won American Idol. A social media user left a harsh comment, wrote the least informative podcast on earth. Yikes.
Said she took the X and pretty much let the fans know how she was feeling. Let's pull up the tweet right now. This is the tweet right here. Angel Reese stated, "This is my podcast. Shut the F up. You don't watch." Check out the comments. This one stated, "You scrapped the baby." This one too. So fans is definitely still bringing up that the baby interview, which that one never came out. She received harsh criticism from her fan base for that specific interview as well.
Can she get good guests on her podcast? That's another thing. A lot of these WNBA players have come on there, but you got to wonder how many of them are actually really in demand, right? I don't understand. What is the value of bringing rappers' girlfriends on to have a conversation with them? That one person's right. Why would you not want to platform people that has something meaningful to talk about? This person said, why not platform other successful women that's actually done some things? Not a bad question. You two go subscribe at your own damn peril at this point. I mean, that's saying something when, look, you gotta go seek out her podcast on an app, then subscribe to it, decide you want to listen to it, and then you made it this far, and you're like, nah, I'm tapping out of this horse shit. It's terrible. Is the shtick for Angel Reese, is it starting to wear thin? Is the faucet of Angel Reese's celebrity starting to slowly slow down? Question mark. You gotta